Welcome to the Cuse Militia Podcast with those two unapologetically biased, orange-blooded homers, Sean and Joe.
What's up, Cuse Nation? Thanks for tuning into the Cuse Militia Podcast with Sean and Joe. If you like it, please share it. The universal handle for the socials is at Cuse Militia. Go there, join the militia. We are the only Syracuse sports podcast centered around giving you, the fans, a voice. So welcome back. We are going to be previewing the NC State game that's going to be coming up this Thursday, and a quick turnaround for us, kind of, as we will try to get the post game in on Friday night, which will be fun. Is that the plan, Joe?
I think that's the plan, yeah.
Okay, so I'm just making sure before I make it official. You know what I mean?
No, me.
So we are going to get into all that. Couple injury updates, if you want to call it that, and all that good stuff. But first, we're going to hear from the good folks over at MyBookie, as always. Now, regardless whether you've been betting for years or you're a first-time bettor online, MyBookie is the best bet for you this season. If you know what you're getting into and you're familiar with online betting, then go ahead, try MyBookie out, give them a run, see how you like it. If you don't know what the online betting scene is all about, go ahead, research it, see if it's right for you. If you're the kind of guy or gal who likes to bet a little and win a lot, try the parlay. If you like a couple of the big favorites of the week, parlays are perfect because they let you bet on multiple games together for a much bigger payout. So if you're going to bet this season, do the smart thing and go to mybookie.ag, because no one gives you more ways to win than MyBookie. With the NFL coming, obviously we're full swing in that. We're full swing in college football. We're got the MLB playoffs on, and we got hockey coming up. Basketball's right around the corner. Now is the time
started.
Hockey did start. That's right. Now it's time to get off the sidelines and get in on the action. If you really want to support your team this season, do like I do and don't bet on them, okay? It's bad luck. But if you join MyBookie right now, they will double your first deposit up to $1,000. Just use the promo code CHAIR to activate that offer. That's CHAIR, CHAIR, to activate that offer. Promo code CHAIR. Double your cash. Visit mybookie.ag today. You play, you win, you get paid. All right. That is it. Thank you, MyBookie. So, Joe.
Yes, sir.
Good news. I guess it really came out yesterday, and I don't think anyone was really super worried about it, but Tommy DeVito is fixing to start against NC State. That looks like that's pretty much a done deal. So,
yep.
And we were really looking forward to getting a lot of these other guys healthy over this 11-day stint or whatever we had, something like 11 days between games, 11, 12 days. Was it 12, 11? I don't know, something like that. Either way, we were optimistic about getting these guys going, but it looks like Cisco and Melifonwu, they're unlikely to be game ready. That'll be 3 straight games for both of them guys. Sam Heckel, this will be his 5th game out. Doesn't look like he's going to suit up. McKinley Williams, he has yet to suit up so far this year, and so that'll make 6 games he's missing. And I guess be happy we got DeVito. And,
right.
Because that would have really sucked, because it doesn't look like anyone else is coming back.
That's what it looks like. But, again, we're a private school, and he kind of holds his cards close to his chest. So
sure. There's always that.
Yeah, I kind of wouldn't be surprised if a couple of them played. It does seem to me, from every time we hear something or read something, that Sam Heckel seems like he's the farthest away. But, again, McKinley Williams, he said, 2 to 3 weeks in the beginning, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we're going on, this is technically week 7 after the bye. So who knows? If they're trying to do something a little bit here, you get to a certain point and get to within 4 games,
I hate to say this, but I'm just going to put it out there, just in case anyone else is thinking it. Is it because maybe they think they can get through NC State without doing any further damage to possibly players that aren't 100%?
Well, I think that you look out for their safety. So a lot of it comes down to whether or not you can further injure, or if it's just a pain management type thing. If it's a situation where it's a further injury, you want that guy to be 100%. Otherwise, there's no reason on having them come back early. I think no matter who you play, realistically, this isn't like a season-ending game, season-over game. So,
right, early enough, and
right.
Obviously, still take care of business.
Yeah.
The one thing I love, I think this should be for every home game. I love it. The all orange jerseys. Did you see the video from Syracuse football?
No, I don't think I have actually. I mean, I knew that they were wearing all orange, but I haven't seen the video.
Well, I mean, if you can picture all orange, you get the gist of it.
Yeah.
I told my wife, I'm like, honey, they're all orange. Check it out. And she's like, well, there's blue right there. I'm like, you know what? Come on. So anyway, they look pretty good. I put it up on social media. You can check it out. I love them. I think they should be the official home jersey of the orange because they're just so beautiful. They're so beautiful. I love them. So that's it for all of that. So Syracuse is going to head to North Carolina Tuesday night to face the 3-2 Wolfpack at 8 o'clock. NC State has 2 losses. Both of those came on the road. One against West Virginia, one against Florida State. Sophomore QB Matthew McKay has 3 TDs, 1 interception, and 910 yards passing this season with a QB rating of 36.8. Unfortunately, he's not going to start. He's not. Bailey Hockman, he's going to get the start. This is breaking news today. Coach Dave Dorian likes what he saw, I guess, after playing musical quarterbacks against Florida State. And he just thought that maybe they had a better chance with the long ball, chance to move the chains better, more accurate passer. This Matthew McKay been struggling with passing, and he's a quarterback, so they're going to need someone that's going to pass. Hockman, he went 21 for 40 for 208 yards and 1 touchdown against FSU, and kind of like, seems like a clear, easy pick to go with Hockman right now, at this point in the season especially. Nice and early, try him out against the Orange at home. Right? Yeah. Well, realistically, when you look at NC State, a lot of their numbers, obviously, you get a lot of this, but they've had a tough time, but they put up some big numbers against Ball State, Western Carolina, East Carolina, that kind of stuff. But against West Virginia, they hadn't played very well, and Florida State, they lost 31-13. So they're in the same boat as we are, both 3-2, and basically haven't beat a Power 5 team. Both lack offense. Well, yeah, and we haven't beat a Power 5 team. We both have kind of different deficiencies. With McKay, again, I think that they started him because he didn't make a lot of mistakes. They didn't turn the ball over, and they are one of the better rushing attacks in the ACC. So that's kind of how they've been making their magic so far this season. And I know they have one of the running backs is injured, but they had to look once they're played against West Virginia and Florida State. You have to look to get the ball down the field, and he just couldn't do it. So they went to Hockman. He got banged up a little bit. Even he took Devin some Leary. Shots. Well, yeah, Devin Leary. He came in as well and threw the ball a little bit as well, and he is a highly rated quarterback that they got. That a lot of NC State fans thought that after he redshirted last year that he might be able to take the starting spot. So all 3 of these quarterbacks have played a little bit, and they all have their own little things that they're better at, So the way that I looked at it, McKay played too safe, relied too much on the running game, and against good defenses couldn't really make the throws downfield. Hockman, he can run around a little bit, he can move a little bit, and he can throw a little bit. And Leary can throw, but I guess he kind of tends to make some mistakes. He's a little bit of a gunslinger type thing, so I think that's why he ended up settling with Hockman. But I did listen to his press conference pregame, and the way that he was talking, he definitely made it sound like Devin Leary was going to be able to get a chance to get some possessions in that game as well. So we're not going to see just one quarterback, I don't believe. And it's tough to scout that out. So plus, not to mention all 3 quarterbacks played against Florida State, but I mean, there's not a lot to go off of, And with Cisco and Melifonwu likely out, presents an unknown that I don't like, I guess is what I'm saying. Yeah. Both teams. Well, we know what their strengths are. Yeah.
I mean, I know they're starting a true freshman at left tackle. They got a guy that's out on their offensive line. I know that they've been dealing with some injuries, so they do have some youth, but I know their defense is pretty stout. I believe in that press conference I heard Dave Dorn, he said something. He said where he believed he was 10th in the country in stopping the run. So there's that,
eighth.
Yeah, so yeah. I mean, they're up there as far as that goes, and third downs and stuff like that. So this is
33rd.
This game's got the makeup of being a defensive game, and what team can overcome the little things. This might be a game where maybe
what offense is going? Yeah, maybe special teams. What offense is going to make the least amount of mistakes? Which defense is going to make the biggest impact?
Right.
So.
Because we know that they want to run, but we know that they're also making this change because they want to push the ball down the field.
Right.
So they are going to take some chances, and this quarterback is a little elusive. So that poses another issue as well. So, I mean, obviously, depending on how our defensive line plays against this offensive line, it has a lot to do with it as well. So it's going to be interesting to see. Without 8 out.
It is. It makes me a little nervous. I was not very nervous coming into today, and I've heard rumblings of the quarterback change, and I was thinking, I don't know, it's just rumors, but they made it official today, and kind of throws a wrench into things, in my opinion. I'm not trying to be negative, I'm just being honest, because I'm not worried about their offense that much, but they're, like you said, their defense is pretty good, man. 33rd best in third down efficiency. Their pass defense is not great, 90th. Their red zone defense is not great, 81st, but they can stuff the run. They've racked up 11 sacks so far this season. So I don't know. Kind of leaning on the experience in power of our defense to kind of maybe be able to give us some good field position, like you said, special teams game. Sean Riley giving us some good field position. Our punting game giving them bad field position. It's going to be a chess match in that sense.
Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah. Again, we know that they're good at stopping the run, but they have given up big plays down the field. And again, like you said, they're ranked 90th in the pass. So I believe they gave up two 40-plus yard touchdowns against Florida State. So the long ball is going to be there. It's just going to be whether or not we can get the guys to sneak up a little bit, and even if it's not running the ball, if they do stop our run, maybe the running back screens or the wide receiver screens, throwing those wide receiver screens out to the sidelines to kind of keep those safeties and everyone honest a little bit and get them up a little bit. So it's definitely going to be a chess match, and it's definitely probably going to be ugly at times for both sides, without a doubt, especially offenses.
And the home
there's
field.
There's going to be frustration.
Yeah.
Yep. There's going to be the home field, advantage, military appreciation day there. And usually they show out on Thursday nights out there at NC State. So
Thirsty Thursdays. Thursdays in North Carolina is a big thing, ain't it? Ain't it, Joe?
Yep. Oh yeah, and I believe this is the first year that they are serving alcohol at the stadium as well. So.
Oh geez, so they're gonna get rowdy. Well, they both we got crushed by two Power 5 schools, and so have they. So.
Yep.
It's going to be fun. So
we're going to see again. I mean, it's going to be one of those things. We talked about it before. The rest of the ACC, they're just so even. I mean, you saw the Duke-Pittsburgh game, 33-30. Virginia Tech, Miami, was close, even though in the beginning it wasn't. You looked at Boston College, Louisville, 31-29. I mean, It was just all back and forth, just all ugly at times, but still hard-fought games, physical games, and I think that's just what we're looking at for the rest of the season. It's going to be those kind of games where, like you talked about, it's going to be, winning the turnover battle, winning the special teams, the penalties, the things like that are really going to be able to give you, the upper hand to win these games, because I think they're all just toss-ups.
Yeah, they are. I mean, if you look at it, everything's so close. You got the runaways in Clemson at 5-0 and in Virginia at 4-1. But Wake Forest. But then you got 3-2, 3-2, 3-3, 3-3.
But all these matchups are going to be like basically home team's going to be the advantage by probably less than a touchdown on all of these, basically just because, or a favorite by less than a touchdown just because of just how close it is. It's just crazy.
Yeah, I know, and it's like I've been waiting for. Okay, so here's my thought. I'm like torn on this. I've been waiting for ACC play to start. We got the early game, whatever. We kind of was what we expected it to be for the most part. Trying to get into the swing of the ACC play. You got the bye week. We have some pretty major injuries. I don't know major injuries, but we got some injuries to some star players.
Yeah.
And we're just wanting to see this team at 100%, which we have yet to see this year. And it's tough. It's tough. And you just want them to get better, and you want them to be healthy, and you want them to be able to play. And I guess that's, I was really optimistic coming into this week about getting at least half of these guys back. Maybe Sam Heckel and maybe McKinley Williams. And you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I was made to believe that, I know I saw what happened. Melfawanu, he did something with his hamstring, so I knew I've dealt with hamstring injuries as well, so I know that it can be random. They can be weeks apart, sometimes 2 weeks, sometimes a month and a half. You never know. So I knew that he was kind of up in the air, but I don't really know what happened to Cisco.
I don't either.
He seems to be okay on the sideline. When you watch him interacting and stuff, it doesn't seem like he's. So I thought maybe him and then maybe McKinley Williams, hopefully. But again,
Cisco's a huge loss. You add Melifanu, and it's just that much worse.
No, you look at the stats though. Eric Coley, who's came in for Cisco, he leads the team in tackles.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know that.
So, yeah. So, well, I don't know if he leads the secondary in tackles possibly. I read it. It was a stat that I heard. But either way, he's playing very well in his, so.
Right.
Again, this just helps with the depth and helps overall with, the season. And again, like, even if we were 4-1, 3-2 doesn't matter as far as ACC play goes. Losing to Maryland doesn't matter in the standings in the ACC. So, our season starts now. This is the next step. We didn't beat Clemson. We didn't get that miraculous start that we were all looking for and be top 5 in the nation or 10 in the nation. We're here at 3-2.
Yeah, we're just trying to see what we got.
But our season's not over.
What's the identity? That's the problem I have right now. I don't know what it is.
Right. Well, again, when you switch quarterbacks, you kind of have to find that.
Yeah.
Every time you change a quarterback, right?
Absolutely,
and some of these teams they change out quarterbacks every single year, one year after another, like clockwork. In this situation, we're looking at it. We have 3 years. So, like I said before, we're looking at the worst years. I think the worst year of Tommy DeVito. He's only going to get better.
Oh, absolutely.
Everything he's doing, he's experiencing, and he's figuring it out, and it's just only going to get better. And the team is young around him, and Babers recruits are growing up and getting bigger. And again,
it's tough being patient.
So we're not going anywhere. Yeah, exactly. Right. It's tough sometimes in the middle of a season to look ahead like that and try to find the silver lining and stuff like that. But again, we can come out and we can dominate NC State and NC State, and that changes, I think, kind of the outlook.
So Syracuse is coming into this game. They opened up at 3 or 3.5 point underdog. It's up to 4.5 now, Joe. Just kind of wondering where you're at with that, buddy. Joe's my bookie pick, folks. Here it is, live action.
4.5.
4.5.
Well, again, I don't want to be pegged as the guy that always picks Syracuse, but this kind of just rolls into exactly what I just said. Okay. Like, I honestly had no idea what the spread was.
It's tough doing our game as my bookie pick every week. And I've thought about changing this up because it just puts so much bias on it. So
but who wants to listen to me talk about another?
Exactly.
That's the whole thing. So,
and if my bookie didn't sponsor the show, for almost a year and a half now, then we wouldn't be doing it. But anyway,
it goes back to what I just said. Yeah. The home team in these type of games are going to be a favorite by around a touchdown or less, somewhere between a field goal and a touchdown, and that's where it is. That's where it lands. Yeah. And honestly, I say that I think we cover. I honestly think we win, but I'm going to say we cover just because my bookie, whatever, but. Okay. Just how I see it, man.
So you're going to take You're going to take Syracuse with the points.
This is how I see it.
This is a shocker.
We're gonna force their quarterbacks to make plays.
Are you gonna do whatever the hell you were talking about with the half point there or no?
No, if I were to bet. If you're out there and you're gonna bet, then I would probably buy up a half point to 5 points. Or if you're confident enough you want to make a little bit more money, buy the point down to 4.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's cool. That was short. Quick,
no,
to the
I'm
point.
sorry.
What?
No, I'm sorry. I said that completely wrong.
Did you?
You keep it at 4.5, so you don't tie.
Oh, right. That makes more sense.
I'm sorry. I said that completely backwards. I don't know where my head's at.
It's fine.
Don't buy any points. Keep it at 4.5.
There you go. So anyway, I guess that's it in a nutshell, folks. I don't know what else to say about it. So, we are going to. Here's the deal. We've been trying to do this take and call stuff forever now, and it's just like hasn't fallen in an opportune time. You know.
You know what? I mean, let's put it this way. Let's.
Maybe we could do it Friday.
I mean, we could open
during
it
the
Friday
live
night
show.
for
I don't
a little
know.
bio. Yeah, and we can throw it out there. We can talk about it tonight, and then we can kind of throw it out there on the socials tonight. Get it out there.
Yeah, during the game would be the best time, probably. The socials have been weak, and I have a theory about our social media, but I don't want to sound like a conspiracy nut, but I don't know. Maybe it's, I don't know.
No, we shouldn't even get into it.
I'm not going to, but I'm wondering if it's the amount that I do, because I'm not on it all the time, man. I mean, like, I don't get to sit down at my lunchtime and go social mediaing, you know?
Yeah.
I might look through it, but I don't like
social media.
Whatever you want to call it. So anyway,
like it's
maybe
an
that's
activity.
why. I mean, it always goes off during the season, but you got to kind of keep up with the creativeness, and it's a grind. The social media stuff, it's a grind, man. It really is, and I haven't been on my game grinding. So anyway, that's all we got. Nice, quick, short, sweet, to the point. We will be back here on Friday evening. So sit down with us and have a pop or a cold cerveza and enjoy us Friday. We'll try to open the phone lines up. So we appreciate you guys listening. And again, the koozies are on the way. Get those iTunes reviews in. We really appreciate those, and thank you to everybody who has already done that. We appreciate you guys. You know who you are, and I want to thank my bookie, obviously, all of you for listening. James on guitar. For Joe, I'm Sean. We're out.
Thanks for listening to the Cuse Militia Podcast, the fan's voice with Sean and Joe.